So anyway, I ran, the building was not going the way I thought, and I remember getting a sandwich at our coffee shop and a coffee, and I drove out to the Pioneer Memorial Tower. And I sat there for a while and I thought, what's the future going to be like? And that's when I decided to retire. I can get kind of emotional about that. But I did want to say something about the business. And I know you want to get home before dark. And Gene hasn't said yet, hurry up. But I'll be okay. I mean, I'm still okay. When at home, sometimes I have something really urgent to do. I run upstairs. By the time I get to the top of the stairs, I forgot what the hell it was I wanted to do. I'm at that stage. But I have a son. I have two sons, both of whom seem happy in what they're doing. And I'm glad of that. We're glad of that. Ryan's at the Globe Mail. He was night news editor for a while. He was political editor in Ottawa for 5 years. He's now back in Toronto. And he has a new job, which I don't understand. It's called head of programming. Programming is, and I don't have all the tools here. That's the globe. Circulation's declining rapidly, as it is everywhere. And they don't care anymore. Because they went to this first, which is a tablet, which is what the Star did. The Globe said, no, we're not doing tablet, we're going phones. So they went to phones. And they have a thing there now called, and they have a team dedicated to the transformation from print to digital. That's all they do. And they have what they call a globe clock, because there's no deadline. We used to have deadlines, like the deadline 6 o'clock. We used to have a news meeting at 6 or 4 or whatever the hell it is. The press started at 8 or 10 or whatever. And you were done. The globe clock now is you're never done. The clock says 9:30 in the morning, we know from all the data we collect now, we know that our biggest client group, which is investors, go onto our site. That's when we get the most hits. It's 9:30 in the morning. And we also get them at 10 at night. So they push all the investor stuff at 9:30 and at 9 o'clock at night. So they're working their deadlines now for each section, whether it's sports, hard news, political news, any specific kind of news within the paper follows the globe clock as to when they push this stuff. Now, it's still the early stages, but they made the bet on phones, digital and phones and not tablets. And so far it has worked, even though they're well behind things like CBC and Huffington Post, and when you look at all the online data, obscure radio and television is head of newspapers. The Toronto Star, when I looked, if they look, the data that was done by the Reuters Nielsen group in the last month, two newspapers at the bottom, national, it doesn't mean the little, or provincial papers like Kitchener, our Toronto Star is at the bottom and the Globe is second. At the top is CTV and then there's CBC. But they are moving, so that's good news. The other good news is more young people are beginning to realize that quality of news is more important than what they realized. And they're starting to pick quality over what Ryan refers to as crap. So people are beginning to realize very slowly that there's a lot of crap out there, and there's more information than you could ever use, but what is it worth if it's not truthful, you can't believe in it. So they're pushed, and if I had my glasses, which I lost, I would read it. So we know more about our readers than ever before. That doesn't mean we don't do the things that aren't popular. The data tells us that missing and murdered Aboriginal women aren't popular. It's not the stuff that everybody wants to read about, because it's not good news, it's kind of sad stuff, and it's maybe peripheral compared to where most people live. But the Globe has made telling their stories one reporter's entire beat, because it's good journalism. And it also means being a good citizen. We are driven by a desire to make a better Canada. Every paper needs a mission. Every reporter, an editor, and ad salesperson needs to understand that and get behind it. It's what differentiates you in the world full of crap. So the transition is occurring very, very slowly. But the good news is it's starting to happen. So, you folks all okay?
We're hanging on your every word.
Is that Carolyn? Hey, I'm glad you said that, because